All right, so today we are working on this 2012 Honda Odyssey, and I'm going to show you how to replace the rear shocks. So that's right, we're going to be replacing these rear shocks, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be very easy. Of course, you're going to start by removing the tire, and you can see I have the vehicle raised up and I have a jack stand in the back, and I'm using this air jack right here. Make sure you have it secure. If you're going to do this repair, if you don't have an extra jack, make sure to put a jack stand underneath the vehicle, because you will need the jack to be able to raise this up. Once we release the shock from here, that spring is going to want to push that lower control arm all the way down, and you could run into complications. So keep that in mind. You will need another jack under here. If you don't have two, use the one that you race the vehicle with, so in order to be able to replace this. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll walk you through step by step. So these are the shocks that I'm going to be putting on. So I will have a link down in the description just in case you're in the market for one of these. But if you have a different brand, it will be the same exact way in how I'm going to replace it. Okay, so you can see I have placed this jack right underneath here, right underneath the lower control arm. And I use this block of wood because I don't want to put metal to metal. You can if you have to, but I like to have a block of wood underneath any type of suspension component, or every time I'm doing something like this, because this is going to be softer than metal and it's not going to damage the part when you start to put pressure on it. So keep that in mind if you want to save your components, and make sure you're not hitting the backing plate for your brake, your disc brakes. You could crush this, so be aware of how you raise this up. So right now I have a little bit of tension here, and that's going to keep this spring from pushing this control arm down when we loosen these bolts, because this is going to be under a load. Okay, so can this be dangerous? It could. It's not going to have that much tension like a coilover would have, but it will be under some type of tension. And you can see this bushing right here, this little rubber insulator is shot, and these bump stops are shot too. So later on I will address that. So whether or not I have to purchase a new spring or just buy this little insulator somehow, find it online, I'll probably look into that. Maybe I'll put a hose underneath here to just insulate it, and I think it'll work just fine. But I will be addressing that later, so look for a video for that, just in case you are interested in repairing that for your vehicle. But we're gonna go ahead and continue with the removal right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these two nuts. And in case you're wondering why am I replacing this strut, well, it started to leak, and it's been leaking for a little bit now, and it's time to be replaced. This vehicle has 150,000 miles, so it's time. You can see it says Honda. This is the original shock. It's lasted a long time, but now it's time to replace it. All right, I am using a 14 mil socket with my impact gun. And now that we have those two loose, we are just missing one in the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that one. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and loosen the one back here. And this is a 17 mil. Make sure to not lose this washer, and pay attention what direction was it facing. You can see it's got kind of like a bowl shape right here. It's kind of like a plate. That bowl shape faces out, so keep that in mind. Okay, so at this point this shock is loose off of here, and it might be under a little bit of tension because I have it compressed. Now you don't want to release too much tension. I'm going to just loosen it just a little bit, just enough to take some of the tension off of here, because you can see it's wedged on those bolts right now. So just going to release a little bit of tension, and it should come right off. All right, so I have the top loose already, so I am just going to compress this. Look how soft this is. This is nuts. These shocks are not doing anything anymore. Like, it doesn't even come back up. So they're shot. Okay, so a quick comparison so you can have an idea of what to look for when it's time for new shocks. You can see I compressed this one and it still hasn't even came back up. That shock is gone. So it should dampen and come back slowly. You can see it's starting to go up. You can see this one still has not, you know, extended. So maybe this needs the blue pill. So now it's time to install this guy, and it's pretty straightforward. It's installed the same way you removed it, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and wedge it inside here. You can see I have those inserted where the bolts go, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these, if I find the right one. I'm gonna put the 2 nuts on here, or at least one, so it doesn't fall, hit my face. So you will need to raise up the vehicle or lower it depending on how far off it's gonna be. So you can see I'm gonna have to use the jack, and this is why it's important to have a jack. So now I'm gonna raise it up just a hair so I could make this work. You can see it's not gonna make it. So just like that, it's installed. And we're gonna put the washer. Remember, you gotta have the plate side, like where you would capture, let's say the water, the food, facing out like that. Put the nut here. And then we install the other one. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it up. I'm gonna do the 2 top. So pretty straightforward, very easy to do. You should be up and going in no time if you decide to tackle a project like this. This is something that's gonna save you a ton of money, where you don't have to send it to a mechanic shop. You don't have to take it to a shop. You could do this at home. So you see, you just need the jack to be able to raise it up just a little bit, and make sure to have enough room to insert the bolt in the bottom. That is it. So that is it for this video. If I was able to help you out, please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up so somebody else can find this in the algorithm. I have a ton of new how-to videos coming up very soon. I'm in the process of revising this Odyssey and my Ridgeline outside, and I have a bunch of parts that have come in. So we're talking everything from radios to lights to key fobs. I'm gonna be putting aftermarket keyless entry on my truck. Also gonna be restoring some headlights. More goodies here. We have a blower motor there. So don't go anywhere. Subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.